The Let Them Breathe movement is a growing group of parents who are concerned about the impact masks may have on kids' mental health and physical health. Sharon McKinman is the co-founder of the Let Them Breathe movement, or group, I should say. She joins us live via Zoom to talk about the latest mask guidance for kids and how some parents like her are feeling about it. Good morning. Nice to have you on Good Morning San Diego.
Thanks so much.
So Sharon, bring me up to speed. How are you and some of your other parental friends, if you will, how are you all feeling about the current mask situation for our children?
Well, not good. We had sent a legal demand letter from the same winning team of attorneys that had sued for school reopening, telling that the CDPH that we expected them to end mask mandates in summer camps and schools. And they have just recently come out and said that now kids don't have to wear masks outdoors, but they are still requiring them in summer schools and in the fall. And so while it's a step forward, it's not nearly far enough. Adults are back to normal, and our kids need to have that chance to unmask in schools. We're concerned that the governor is spending too much time planning game shows to really listen to the science and, pay attention to what our kids need. But our group we've got 7,000 strong in our group, and we're not going to let our kids be forgotten.
Tell me about the concerns. Why are you concerned about a child's mental health when it comes to masks?
Well, there was just a Washington Post op-ed where 4 well-respected doctors basically said that our kids' mental health is at a breaking point. And that's what we've been seeing as parents all year long. These restrictions, the school closures, it's just too much. And even, recently for graduation, they weren't allowed to just celebrate that time and making it through this really difficult school year. They were told they had to mask up, they had to social distance. And then just a few days later, this guidance came out saying what we knew all along, which is that it's safe for them to unmask outdoors. So it really seems that, the state is not following the science, but is instead following possibly union agendas. It's just really concerning why that changed, right after graduation, when we were concerned that graduation was really important for our kids' mental health.
And what about the physical health of a child? Why are you and others concerned about the physical health of a child who wears a mask?
Yes, exactly. We actually have several medical professionals in our group that we're working on getting masks analyzed after kids wear them, to the school day. And a group of Florida parents actually beat us to it. And there was a study that just came out within the past few days that they sent 6 of their kids' masks off after being worn for just 6 hours. And the amount of pathogens, bacteria, viruses, fungi that was caught on those masks, and the kids were just breathing them in that, wet, moist environment, was really, really concerning and pretty gross. So, it's obvious that it's not good for our kids' physical health. And that's just one example. There's a lot of reasons why it's not good for our kids' physical health as well.
Yeah, I don't have the details on the study to corroborate it, but I can tell you, Sharon, that do you know that kids do take several mask breaks at school?
Yes, I think different schools are handling it different ways. We've heard from some parents that their kids have asked for mask breaks and they have been denied those mask breaks. There are other schools that have been more lenient as far as that goes. But like I said, if they're allowing mask breaks, that just kind of proves the point that it's safe for the kids to take the masks off. And we know that the science says they're not super spreaders. They're not at high risk from COVID. So now it's time, if a kid wants to continue to wear a mask to school in the fall, that's fine. But if a kid does not want to, it's time for them to not just have mask breaks, but to have mask choice at all times.
And that really is the push here from the group, is just to have that choice, whether or not the child, if the child wants to wear the mask, he or she should be able to, no problem. And if he or she doesn't want to wear the mask, you're saying that should be allowed too. When are you hoping to hear back, or what's the next step? I know the letter, and you and the rest of the group have been very active, holding demonstrations, and as you mentioned, reaching out to the California Department of Public Health. What do you understand is the next step? How are they, or how will they respond to the group?
Well, at this this point, since they've only revised for outdoors, we are moving forward with legal action. It's unfortunate that it looks like it's going to take a lawsuit to get them to follow the science and do what's right for our kids. However, we are also holding community events. As you mentioned, we had some very large marches, and that was great for raising awareness and mobilizing. But on July 10th, we're going to be going even more in depth. We're going to be having a Smile Fest from 9 to 2 on the Mission Church campus. We're going to have speakers, panels of teachers, physicians, mental health therapists, and we're going to be really digging deep into what we can do as far as advocacy. We are helping parents advocate to their school districts to hopefully have those school districts stand with us in asking the state for mask choice. And whenever they do revise, we're expecting those school districts to not be more restrictive than the state. So those are just a few of the things we're doing. We're at letthembreathe.net, and we would love anyone who's concerned to reach out and join us and to come out to Smile Fest on July 10th. That's our next big event to really push things forward.
All right, and that is on a Saturday, I believe, July 10th. Yes. I'm looking at the calendar.
Yes.
All right. Well, Sharon, thank you so much for taking the time to share the view of the group. Keep us posted on what ends up happening, as we will stay on top of this issue that a lot of people here, especially in San Diego County, are continuing to fight for. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Parts